got to say, what a wicked way to start things off, people. Welcome to the first Hip Hop for Better Mental Health evening.
And a big shout out to Mind, who have funded this evening's event, to the Green Ribbon Festival, who have created a platform for us to share our work, and all supported by the Mental Health Foundation. To Theatre Clwyd and Cummer for creating a space for our artists to share tonight. To the tech team, Danny from Larynx Entertainment and Ed from Ground Zero, who is managing the tech for the whole show. To Brighton Fringe for supporting our promotion. To all the artists for sharing their art tonight. And to you for getting involved. We hope to see you all at a jam soon.
Tonight we are discussing hip-hop and how some of us self-prescribe this art form and culture to be there as medication for mental health conditions, and how we come together as a community to share this art form together.
So what's up, people? I'm Dregs. I'm one of the hosts for the evening. MC myself from way back in Cardiff's old school hip-hop days, still representing to present day. One of the three people putting on higher learning events back in the day as well. Simple as that. I just want to say I'm here today representing, because when it comes to mental health, hip-hop for me has been the one constant creative entity that's got me through anything. Over to you, son.
Yeah, thank you, Dregs. All the way over in Wales. I'm in London town right here, right now. I just want to say what's up. My name is B-Girl Sun. I am a professional dancer, choreographer, MC, host, and a teacher as well. And I've actually been lucky enough and blessed to make a living doing what I do, doing my art. And I think without doing this all my life, this has been really good for my mental health. It's kept me sane. I love what I do, and sometimes I get paid for it. So it's like, do you know what I mean? What more can you ask for with your mental health? It's been difficult at times, but if I feel bad, if I feel low, I dance, I listen to the music, and it makes me feel a little bit better sometimes. So yes, big up. Over to you, Jamie.
Yeah, I'm B-Boy Flexton. I'm a B-Boy teacher, choreographer, performer. Hip-hop has been the best thing for my mental health, and it's actually saved my life. Without breaking in hip-hop, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be having these conversations with you. It's helped my condition, which is dyspraxia and ADHD. So dyspraxia is on the autism spectrum, and basically it affects the nervous system and my coordination. So with that being in B-Boy, it's been a massive challenge, but it's the one thing which has saved me and actually comforted me through all times. Without this art form, I wouldn't be here today. But big up to all of you for being here. It was amazing to share like the screen with like two amazing legends. So let's go.
And we know we're in unprecedented times right now, people. You know, lockdown has been tough on all of us. I mean, but people have found comfort in being creative and taking this opportunity to train, whether that's breaking, MCing, spoken words, you know, practicing their craft, beatboxing, whatever that might be. Do you know what I mean? We've been keeping things flowing, maybe for when the jams start up again. That's what it's all about.
Yes. And just for your information, people, we want to talk a bit about hip-hop. Hip-hop is made up of 4 elements: DJing, B-boying, which is the first dance of hip-hop. That's what you just saw the amazing grounded dancers do. MCing and graffiti art. And some people say that the 5th element is beatboxing, but obviously as well, it's all about knowledge. So we're going to share our knowledge of personal experiences and info on upcoming opportunities. Bring on 2021.
Yes. We are joined by talented acts, established, world-renowned DJs, rap artists who are changing the way Wales hears hip-hop. The next generation who are training hard to be recognized in the culture, graph artists, beatboxers, and hip-hop theatre makers, fighting to help get hip-hop venues in Wales and hip-hop culture accessible to the community and to everyone.
So we're going to kick things off again now. We're going to head up to Theatre Clwyd. They're hosting the North Wales hip-hop scene right about now. Starting with Dave Acton. He's an MC and manager of Larynx Entertainment. They're working towards promoting and supporting Welsh hip-hop. So Dave, over to you, my brother.
Cheers, Jace. Dave Acton, Larynx Entertainment. The cracks are starting to appear again. Maria's cottoned on watching me acting weird again. I won't go near her when I'm like this, and despite her fierce attempts to clear the wedge between the she can't see us making it to year's end. No attention paid to the little ones like runs to the litter. Obvious cause from a loss of weight, there's nothing to figure. No diagnosis needed. My expressions got them snapping at me like audiences while the poet's reading. comments passing on my attitudes declined, and now I should visit the doctors for a tablet to prescribe. That's just what I need. Tools to get the job that needs doing done. To satisfy the craving, I should take a fair few in one. Plenty of options exist, but I've got the patience of an addict because all I want is a fix. I'm lost on the ship. The only bearing that I have is the heavy load that's going to cause me to sink. Rising just to fall again, the cycle never stops, pondering on how the kids might end up better off. That's almost cliche. Drawn out habits are all I retrace. Every shelter that surrounds me becomes a wall at their face. Sokovia records are keeping tabs on us because I'm supposed to be the hero, but I do more damage than good. Conversations become more often than how I plan to adjust. I haven't got motivation to get my ass out the rut. These waves of negativity are too immense. Forcing my shit on someone else's plate, that's too difficult to ingest. Scraps around me, I'm at my tipping point. There's nothing here that I can use to fill the void. Adding shit to shit like dung beetles do. Can't point the finger at no one else because I'm the one that's done the abuse. Fleshing out my issue for reflection, as soon as it starts taking shape, all I see is my resemblance. Thank you.
Big up. I tell you what, Dave, that was dope, brother. Dope. I'm telling you. Thank you for sharing.
Thank you.
People in Larynx Entertainment, sharing parts of yourself there, brother. I'm going to ask you a few questions if you don't mind. So first up, I was wondering, what do you think about the whole concept of using hip hop to aid with mental health?
Being able to use any art form to express yourself is ideal, but using hip hop for me, I've never been able to articulate things very well. So being able to use such a creative art form and really think up creative ways to tell people how sad I am, I suppose. I mean, that's precious to me, and I'm sure it's precious to a lot of other people as well. Just being able to get how they really feel out onto a page if they feel like they can't really talk to anyone else. So it's very important that we're using this art form to push how we feel.
So like I said just then, like, you're sharing parts of yourself there with us. You've gone deep. And you know, in those lyrics, and you've given us parts of yourself. Do you ever feel exposed when you're sharing it, or is it quite the opposite for you?
Very much so, but in everyday life, I'm normally quite reserved, and I'm quite, I want to keep to myself and whatnot, and I don't want to be like that. So being able to, put it into music or put it into a rap or a verse or whatever, being able to do it that way is a way of me sort of coming up to, like, my parents, to my partner, to my children, letting them know how I feel. But it's also a huge relief when I get these verses off and being able to perform them and whatnot. It's almost, it sheds that piece of me in a way. So yeah, you do feel quite vulnerable from it, but in a sort of good way. You're letting people see the real side of you, I suppose.
So, with the stuff you do with Larynx Entertainment, obviously you're nurturing the next generation of hip hop up in North Wales. When you're tutoring and working with young people, do you encourage them then to focus on themselves in the art form and maybe use hip hop as a tool for well-being?
Well, we sort of say that the biggest tool that you can have especially in rapping, is your authenticity. So talk about what you know. And if you are struggling mentally, or, if you have something to talk about that, like we say, exposes a part of you that you've never exposed before, we feel like it's key to get that off your chest and, really put yourself into the music. And it's definitely an agenda that we want to push, and me personally, to be able to speak about these things more openly, because it isn't. We're taking the day for World Mental Health Day to talk about it, but it should be talked about every day. And if more people put it in their music and, releases and whatnot, that would be great for us to see up in North Wales and across Wales, actually, across everywhere, for people to be talking more about how they're feeling.
And talking about across Wales, I'm just thinking it's dope that you're up in North Wales right about now. We're down in South Wales doing that thing. And in all my time, you're kind of in hip hop in Wales. Very, very few times have I ever ventured up to North Wales to see what the scene's like. So what's it like up there at the moment? How's it popping?
In comparison to the South, it's a bit unbalanced. But we've got a good few youngsters coming through. We've got the norm with Runic and Organised Chaos Day, the sort of heavy hitters up here and whatnot. And then, of course, we've got Mr. Formula in Bangor as well. So, yeah, it's getting there. We'll catch up to the south eventually. We'll catch up to the south eventually.
We'll be waiting for you. Dave, thank you so much for sharing. Bless.
Thank you. Cheers.
All right, people. So we're going to move over now to Fusions Elite, is a hip hop theatre company from Cardiff with their piece Keyboard Warriors. This is about cyberbullying and loneliness that people experience when they're affected by bullying. Check it out.
you, Fusions Elite. It's amazing to see your work as always. Driving the way for new hip hop dance theatre in Cardiff. Now we go back to North Wales to see Popping Batom. I had the pleasure of working with Tom at the start of this year. This man is inspirational. He is one of the best body poppers you will ever see in your life. And what this guy does, he's on another level. Check this out.
she hit me like that. Saw that thing so beautiful. That she just hit my heart, oh. That full force and she got me like that. I be like, baby, why you so fine? Gotta make you mine. So hard to find. Baby, like, oh, how'd you do the thing? The way that you do it, and she ain't even show nothing. She be walking around so confident, so heaven sent. I think she was meant to knock them dead.
Right. Next up, we have Daya. Check out this video and check out the interview we did. She's a super talented artist, and if you haven't heard of her, you need to check her out. Her work is amazing, all to do with how to improve mental health and how you can express yourself. Check it out.
By the autumn of 2019, I didn't recognize myself. The months of June to December felt like hell. I felt alone, bullied, judged, isolated and neglected by the very people who preach the opposite message of acceptance, love and care and forgiveness. I went back to substance abuse and self-destruction. I lost myself and everything around me. One thing I learned though is you can't have flowers without the rain. You don't give that love anymore. You don't feel enough anymore. I know you feel like nothing at all. I know you feel so far from it all. That's where my heart used to. I believe in you. Yeah, I got an icebox where my heart used to. And I believe in you, despite what they say. Icebox where my heart used to be. I believe in you. Yeah, I got an icebox where my heart used to be. I believe in you, despite what they say. On and on and on and on. And this goes on and on and on and on. And you go on and on and on and on. And life goes on and on and on and on. Can't be a hero without disaster, I know it. Rita called Serena and brought Winona the gossip. Oh my lord, girls are on topic when they're off topic. Ask for receipts if you use my name for the profit. I don't answer questions when questioners know the answer. I will always question intentions, won't take no chances. Yes, I will invest in my brethren, our future fathers. Hold tight for a second, no sense in serving two masters. Hold tight for a second, I reckon I'm onto something. I deal with depression, but settle for what is coming. Look after my physical, mental's the one that's running. Love is unconditional, love ain't based on emotion. Why do I accept for the trouble to take its hold? Too young to be wishing to die, never too old. I don't search for issues, I'm searching still for the gold. Better yet, I found it and let it go, so I'm told. On and on and on and on. Silence kills. Yeah. If you know what you've done to me. Yeah. If you know what you've done to me. Be careful how you treat other people. Yeah. If you know what you've done to me. You never know the impact you can have on them, good or bad. Yeah. If you know what you've done to me, you can either speak life or speak death. Yeah. You know what you've done to me. Whatever you choose, that decision remains with you. If you know what you've done to me, silence kills. Yeah. If you know what you've done to me.
Was a really honest interpretation of what I feel you were going through at the time.
Mhm.
And it was really empowering, like, to hear how you were putting it across to people. How did you kind of put the words down and to make it so clear for yourself and for people to kind of understand what you were going through?
To be honest, normally my lyrics aren't very clear. There's a lot of coding and like layers to them, but I think with something like mental health and bullying and feeling isolated, I think I wanted to make sure it was clear because it's something I wanted everyone to understand. So it was just a case of me writing what I thought instead of overthinking it. A lot of my lyrics I overthink and try and make them sound clever. But with this track, I just thought, no, I just want to write exactly what goes from my head to my hand kind of thing.
No, it was dope. It came across crystal.
Thank you.
It was
Thank you.
amazing to hear. Do you think hip hop is a good way to express mental health? And if so, why?
Yeah, I do. I do because I get very fed up with hip hop. I find that it's so egotistical and it's unrealistic. A lot of the songs people are writing about are things that either they haven't experienced or things that aren't very helpful to a generation of people who are dealing with things. And it actually can make mental health worse when you listen to certain songs. And so I feel like it's important to use hip hop in a good way, and that's why I find for me, I've grown up listening to certain hip hop that wasn't always beneficial for my mind, and I want to make sure that I can do something that will actually benefit people instead of make them feel less than they are or reaching for things that won't bring them happiness. So yeah.
Yeah, no, that's definitely a huge thing which needs to be addressed by artists like yourself and more all over. Like,
Yeah.
hip hop for me has always been an empowering tool of like how to express yourself and be free. And I feel
Exactly.
like more of that, like across the whole culture, embracing graffiti, DJing and everything. Like there needs to be more of that wellness that needs to be put out there more. Yeah.
Totally agree. Yeah.
Yeah, dead on that one. Do you think it's important to break the stigma of mental health?
Yeah, I do, because I'm going to be honest, I didn't really understand mental health until I got it. And then I realized I had it for a long time. So I thought, oh, one day I've got mental health. And my doctor was like, no, you've had this for quite some time. I just don't think you've realized. So I think, yeah, the stigma is important, that it's broken, because otherwise we're not going to develop or be able to gain new ways of dealing with our mental health. So definitely, I think that's one of the most important things we could be focusing on, especially now with this whole isolation thing and the rules keep changing. For some people's mental health, the changes on a daily basis, just, they don't help at all. So yeah, definitely wanting to break the stigma.
Yeah, no, you're hitting on a lot of key points, which has been said throughout the night as well, of dealing with isolation and trying to kind of being able to deal with what's going on, and making sure that people are being able to talk about it. Like that is a huge thing that, yeah, it definitely needs to change in the way of people addressing it and how it's addressed in society and in the hip hop culture as well, in a lot of aspects.
Yeah, for sure.
What do you think we need in Wales for people to be able to use hip hop to express themselves?
Oh. I think it would be cool for there to be a reoccurring event of just not where people are necessarily booked to perform, but where anyone can come. I mean, of course, you've got to be careful because you want it to be specifically about what you're trying to get it to be about. And someone might come in and start talking about bananas or something, do you know what I mean? And it's like, well, that's not really what we're kind of trying to do here. So, but I think a reoccurring event, because not only would that be cool, but it would give a sense of community, which is what is needed as well, and would allow people to network, gain friendships, and express themselves in however way they choose to do so. So yeah, like a reoccurring hip hop event with all the different types of hip hop would be cool.
Yeah, That would be dope. That might have to be addressed on a future date and brought in.
Yep, I think so.
Cool. No, thank you so much for your time today. Like, it's been dope.
Hey guys, so now I want to introduce to you two very special ladies, Leilani and Shirai, who are 9 and 13 years old, and they've been training breaking in the Rhondda, with Avant, and they're part of Grounded Wells crew. So I'm gonna ask them a few questions. They're B girls, and they're the new generation B girls. I'm an old school B girl, so I'm gonna ask you a few questions. How you doing, girls? You good?
Yeah.
Yeah, we saw you dancing earlier. Pretty amazing. Did you feel happy when you were doing that? Did you enjoy that?
Yeah.
Yeah, and you were dancing there with Grounded Wales crew. What does that mean to you, dancing with your crew? And I mean, they're your brothers, aren't they? Most of them. So it's like, how does that feel, dancing with your crew?
It's good.
Is it nice to be involved in a crew?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. And I wanted to ask you, because obviously you guys are B girls. Breaking is quite a male-dominated scene, so there's a lot more boys than girls in the scene. And you guys are just coming up. How long have you guys been dancing? How long have you been b-boying for?
Mine's about a year. Yeah, mine too.
Say again?
About a year.
About a year. Wow. And look how good you are. You guys dance, like, your energy is amazing, and I'm really happy to, like, obviously Grounded UK is my crew as well, so to see you guys in Wales doing your thing, it really makes me happy. So well done. And we are going to see you guys again later dancing with DJ Jamfu, aren't we? So thank you for being with us today, and good luck with everything.
I've got a few questions for you.
Oh, you've got questions for me? Okay,
Yeah.
let's do this.
How and why did you get into breaking, Suntan?
Okay, so I got into breaking. Actually, I'm old enough to have been to see the breaking when it first started in the 80s. And I remember everybody and their dog was breaking. Everyone at school, we all tried it. I was actually a gymnast, so I was training for the Olympics. I didn't quite make it to the Olympics, but that was my thing, gymnastics. And I just remember, like, in the gym, there was a guy that used to do gymnastics, and he used to dance, and he used to do hip-hop dancing, and I used to copy him. And I started putting all the hip-hop dance into my gymnastics, and I always wanted to do breaking, but I never actually got to do it properly until the resurge, and the resurge started in like the mid-90s. So breaking faded out in the late 80s, and it started back in the mid-90s, and that's when I was like, right, because I was already a dancer, I'd already trained as a dancer, and I was like, right, I'm going to get back into break. I'm going to get into breaking now. And I literally just put my whole self into it, found all the places in London where all the B-boys were training, and started going out to some of the jams that were back in those days. There was a jam in a place called the Africa Centre, and I just started battling everyone. Even when I'd only been doing it for a few months. And I just loved the music, and I love that style of dance. So I really found myself when I started breaking. So yeah, that's why I started, really.
How has breaking changed since it started?
Say that again.
How has breaking changed since it started?
How has it changed? I think it has changed in the sense, when it first started, I think it was more about the sort of style and battles, and people from neighborhoods battled each other from another neighborhood, because breaking started in New York, where they had a lot of different neighborhoods, and they battled each other a lot. And then what happened was, when it spread around the world, other countries saw it and other people saw it, and they started to evolve it, and it started to develop. And then I think by the sort of 90s, people started doing some crazy moves like head spins and air flares and flips and all that kind of stuff. So I think breaking changed in a sense that it got more difficult, but it hasn't changed in the sense that you've still got the style and the flavor and the footwork, and the dance, which is very important in breaking. And I think that's where it hasn't changed.
Is it important for B-girls to have their own identity?
Is it what for B-girls? Is it
Important to have their own identity?
okay? Is it important for B-girls? I think so. When I started, I didn't think of myself as a B girl. I just thought of myself as a B person. And then I was like, okay, actually, yeah, I'm a B girl. So I added my own flavor, my own girl flavor into it. Even though for me, I wanted to do power moves and like as well as everything else. And I was like, I trained to do the power moves that all the boys did, and I could do them eventually. And but I do feel like sometimes it's nice to have that girly side to you if you want it in your own way. And I think it is important to have our own identity because we are girls, but I don't think we need to be different from the guys because people say we do. I think at the end of the day, we're all doing this dance together. So I think it's important for us to all be equal.
What's your favorite thing about breaking?
Ooh, my favorite thing about breaking. There's a few things. One of them is battling. I love battling. I love battling. That's my thing. But also, I do love the style and the top rock. The style and the top rock for me, the dance and the music. So as soon as I hear that James Brown or whatever the music is, I just start top rocking and I get down. So for me, top rock is one of my favorite things, but also the style and the way we dress and the way we present ourselves, looking fresh like you are today. Have you got any more questions? No. Oh wow, really good questions there. Thank you for making me think. So thanks a lot, guys. It's really good to see you, and I hope we've both learned something from this. Yeah, and I look forward to seeing you guys in the future. And also keep tuned, everyone who's watching, because these guys are going to get down a little bit later with DJ Jam Fu. So Lilani and Shirai, thank you so much. Big up to you two, and big respect. Okay, you know what? In fact, I think we're going to see them now. It's happening now, isn't it? I'm just looking at my notes. I'm going to introduce to you. We have over there on the ones and twos an amazing guy called DJ Jam Fu, straight out of Birmingham. This guy's also a B-boy, but we're blessed to have him over there in Wales. He's going to be playing the ones and twos, and you're going to get to see Grounded Wales Get Down with Lilani, Shirai, Kai, B-boy Kai, and let me just remember the other name, B-boy Tion. So you got all four guys getting down to Jam Fu. Let's do this.
You know, we're dealing with a very critical and crucial time. Most crucial and critical times I've been witnessing, being as young as I am. It is what it is.
Really improved.
There it is. Gotta big up the Grounded Wales crew right there. Well done, fellas. So it's all good. But no, I tell you what, son, I love the way they flipped that interview on you and started asking you some questions, man. I'm loving it.
I know, man. I wasn't ready for that. I was like, oh, okay, you got questions for me, all right? I know, it was so nice, man.
Gotta be done, gotta be done. So I tell you what, we're gonna flip now back up to the fellas up in North Wales. So Larynx Entertainment, one of their fellas, Tom, has done a little bit of spoken word, so he's gonna represent it like this.
In a world where racism is spilling and hatred is trending, they go together like bridesmaids at a wedding. I've always been one to need a beat and need an instrumental, but since I met her, everything's gone mental. I used to write about wanting fame and going to Hollywood. Now I write about changing the world, and trust me, I still wish I could. And I still want some of that, don't get me wrong, but my brother's life still deserves more than a song. I felt it in my skin, the wish of being just like them. When I say that Black Lives Matter, they want to draw it to an end. They say, it's a sensitive topic, therefore we cannot talk about it. I say, fuck what they think, it's my music, my topic. I see them on TV paying for crimes when we all know that they should be free. They say love one another but spit when they see me. Talking about how my parents and ancestors came from a third world country, calling us minorities and taking everything they want to. I say that we've had enough and bring hell to 2020. They struggled for 5 months saying that they're feeling empty. We struggled for 400 years, and you say we need to move on from slavery. Great Britain went through war, and we fought for their army. Pictures on their walls, yet no comments on camaraderie. So yeah, I'm hurt, but this won't always be the same. Just like war, you need two sides to play this game. They say turn the other cheek, but the bullets that they shoot is for my heart they reach. We burnt down their stores and police stations, so I tell them practice what you preach. Don't get me wrong, I don't agree with the riots. And don't get me wrong, I don't agree with the violence. But you say there's a lack of power, isn't that ironic? Because when we were kneeling down, inferior for being brown, pain is all we felt, but still deep down we had faith of a better day to come around. So stop. You won't ever get it. We may have not lived through it, but we still can't forget it. The only reason we first moved here is because you said it was better. 9/11, we shall never forget it. World War II, we shall never forget it. The enslavery of my kind 400 years ago, it's time to move on. Some of our parents fought to protect their ground, so no, we can't forget it. Yet my ancestors died to make your fucking ground and nobody remembers. Tanisha Anderson, Michael Brown, Tamir Rice, Gabriella Navarez, A.K. Gurley, Eric Garner, Yana Chiffonville, Freddie Gray, Michelle Cassell, Alton Sterling, Philando Castile, Botham Jean, Stephen Clark, Ara Rossa, Altiana Jefferson, Breonna Taylor, George Floyd, Rayshard Brooks, and Daniel Prude, 41. And if you ask me, that list is already too long.
So that was Tom doing his bit. Tom, thank you so much for sharing with us. Big up, Tom. Larry's entertainment as well all day long. You know what it's all about. So, Son, where are we going next?
Okay, now we have Tyrone Hope, who is sharing with us a hip-hop theatre piece made for as his audition piece for university, where he is now studying hip-hop. Enjoy.
Suddenly I'm here every time you are near, just like me, they long to be close to you. Why do stars fall down from the sky every time you walk by? Just like me, they long to be close to you. On the day that you were born, the angels got together and decided to create a dream come true. So they spread the moonlight in your hair, golden starlight in your eyes of blue. That is why all the girls follow you all around, just like me. They long to be close to you. On the day that you were born, the angels got together and decided to create a dream come true. So they sprinkled moon dust in your hair, golden starlight in your eyes of blue. That is why all the girls in your town follow you all around, just like me. They long to be close to you, just like me. They long to be close to you. Close to you. Close to you. Close to you.
Okay, guys, welcome back. So basically, I've got here Tyrone Hope, who you've just been seeing dancing on the video with that amazing piece that he performed as part of his end of college dance show, but also he used it for an audition piece for University of East London, which he's just started a course. And so here he is, Tyrone Hope. We're here in London town. I'm going to ask Tyrone a few questions. In fact, Tyrone is one of our main dancers in Grounded's UK crew.
Big up
Yeah. And you've already seen Grounded Wales, so we're all a big family. So Tyrone, that amazing piece that was created for your end of year college show, but also used it as an audition piece. How important was it for you to have dance as well? It's an ongoing thing, but as part of your education so far?
It's been very, very important to me, because in that sense, it's a part of my education. Then I'm always learning about new stuff, like the history of different dance styles, like where they actually come from, and like why they are called what they are and stuff like that. And then it just gives me more inspiration and like just helps me just grow, because it's a part of my education and a part of obviously what I do inside and outside.
Yeah, for sure. And as I said before, you've just started a course at the University of East London, UEL, as we call it, where they're teaching, you're learning, I mean, they call it an urban dance practice, but it's like you're actually learning some of the authentic dance foundation styles, such as locking, popping, b-boying, and hip hop and house. And it's actually taught by authentic teachers. So I call them real teachers that have actually been part of the scene and they do the thing. And you're also learning contemporary and Bharatanatyam. But how is it so far? Because you've only just started. So
it's been very good so far. Like we've mainly done obviously contemporary, and then like popping with Fred. He's already started drilling us.
Hey, that's Fred for you.
And then just obviously because it like rotates due to COVID, so that sometimes it's online, sometimes it's actually on campus, but it definitely makes sure when it's online it's still interactive and you still obviously get a good experience from it.
That's good, because obviously this is a degree course. It's actually university, so you're going to actually get a degree at the end of this.
Just have it just there. I got that degree, mine in dance. What I do.
That's amazing. And to be able to like do that dance as a degree, and like, do you feel like dance, because you've been dancing for quite a long time since you were quite young, really? Yeah. Because you're 20 now, but what age did you actually start dancing?
Dancing in general, like about a style or anything like that, probably like 13. And then obviously when I was like 15, that's when I came to you.
Yeah, you came to be with myself and Little Tim's B-Boy class in Brixton Studio B. Yeah. And you've just excelled from there. I feel like you are a natural dancer, but have you found that, obviously you use dance to express yourself and I think hip hop as well. Yeah, do you feel that really helps with your mental health, as in some days you don't feel good, as we all don't sometimes, and do you feel like it really kind of lifts you up?
Yeah, I feel like dance and hip hop definitely really lifts you and just elevates you. Especially being in the hip hop community, it's such a massive community, and it's very diverse. Like people from everywhere you'll find in the hip hop community. So obviously you're there, so you're never really alone, because you always have basically a whole family, everybody that enjoys the same stuff as you, and we're all creatives, we all do the same thing, we have similar minds, and it's just good for us to all come together in that community. So in that sense, definitely elevates you. And then obviously just being a creative and dance in general definitely helps. It's mind, body, spirit, everything.
Soul. For sure. Everything. Yeah, and also it's a real intergenerational thing, so you've got all different ages there, right? So you get to mix with old people like me and and also youngers like yourself.
OGs, everybody that's coming together.
Yeah, for sure. That's really cool. And where do you see yourself in the future? You've just just started your university life at the age of 20. You've already done two years at college before that, right? But where do you see yourself, say, in maybe 5 years' time? using dance as your art form or in your career, I would say?
The main thing that I really do want to do is inspire the youth. So like when I get to wherever I get to, I just really want to like inspire the younger generation and show them that like you can do all these different things like within dance, and that you can really use your art to like express yourself, and obviously to like make other people feel it, because obviously it's bigger than just like me or you. Like it's dance is bigger than any of us. It's like a whole big thing, and even people who aren't dancers, they can understand what you're doing and understand the story like behind your dance and your art. So I just really want to like inspire everybody, whether it's through my battling, like if you watch me battle and you get inspired, if you see me perform and you get inspired, like if I'm just like, say I'm teaching, even if I'm just training, you're just training with me, like it does not matter. I just want to be an inspiration and really just like show like, again, the younger generation, because we do have to inspire the youth, but new like ones of today that are going to be in this like community or a part of what we do, and just really show them that they can literally use their art and just be whatever they want to be.
No doubt, and that's really cool. Yeah, you know, you're still a younger yourself, and you're already thinking about your next generation, which is really great. So, if you had any tips for your youngers, your youths, and whatever, you know, what would you say to them? What would you say to them, like right now?
So the main thing is that everything comes from here. So everything is internal, and then it comes outwards. So it starts from your mental. So you always got to make sure you have a positive way of thinking, and when you approach your training, like you approach it from a positive angle, from like a good perspective, and be like, okay, cool, this is what I'm gonna do, and so on. So like even if it's like small improvements, like you can improve by like 1%, but at the end of the day, you're still improving. Like that's still something to be proud of. Like at the end of the day, you need to have a good mentality when it comes to these things for you to really like get to where you want to be within your dance, especially patience, especially having patience and understanding that everything takes time. Like anything that you want to do, you can and will accomplish if you acquire the knowledge that you will do it. It's literally just about having patience, understanding that your time will come, understanding that, okay, it's going to take me this long to like, or this certain amount of time to get this move. It's going to take me a certain amount of time to get that move. You will never, ever get anything straight away. So it's all about just taking your time and enjoying the process. Like you really need to just embody it and just enjoy it. Because then eventually when you look back, it's like, yeah, I went through all that to get to here. And then once you understand that, then you'll just go off. So it's just patience, understanding time, and then just understanding that everything comes from your mental. It's the power of your mind, and that's how you literally do anything that you want. It all comes from your mind. Everything starts from your mind, and then it comes out into whatever.
And that's why your mental health needs to be good in order to do this, and this is what helps your mental health. So very wise words here from the young Tyrone Holt. Big up to you. Thank you so much for coming and sharing your work with us as well.
Thank you.
Very inspirational. We look forward to seeing more of that coming soon. So
yes, sir.
Thank you very much, Tyrone, and we're going to pass it over to you, Jamie. See what we got next.
All right, nice one there, Son and Tyrone. Thank you. Listen, we're going to move straight in to a video from my man K-Trix.
Yo, that's right, yeah. This is my dream. Yo, that's right, yeah. This is my dream. Yo, I just been around Europe, London plus New York. They're the places I dreamed up. I just wanna go everywhere and travel the world. Like I just been around Europe, London plus New York. I just wanna have some fun, but be clean in my system with this hour on. Got my 100 MGs, 24K bling. 2020 on my year's been so amazing. Hope people who ever doubted me were wrong. I've been waiting to say this for so long. I just wanna say screw you and my worry. Now you don't wrap it up in a sorry. Cause this is my dream. This is my dream, yeah. This is my dream that I wanna come true. Come true. Ain't nobody gonna take it away from me. Cause this is my dream, I wanna come true. This is my dream. Yo, I just been around Europe, London plus New York. They're the places I dreamed up, dreamed up, dreamed up. I just wanna go everywhere and travel the world. Like I just been around Europe, London plus New York. Make my money girls around me like I'm famous. All the love in different flavors, let me know they taste so good. 20 fucking ring, you know I'm here in the house, yo. I'll be double love Ferrari, UAE with my bros. Beach party in Jamaica, USA, Miami. Screw it, let's go everywhere and somewhere where it's Mikey. Walking down the street, paparazzi on my feet. To make money, but there ain't the time, cause it's my time to shine, baby. This is the life I've been living. Girls around me, yo, we are just chilling. Getting my teeth talking, it's the rub in the millions. People all around the world, they're just millions. Traveling around the world with chicks all around me. Got my billion, I'm a rocket man, it's a goddess shit. Ain't nobody gonna take this away from me, yo. Cause this is mine, yo. Cause this is my dream. This is my dream, yeah. This is my dream that I wanna come true. Come true. Ain't nobody gonna take it away from me. Cause this is my dream, I wanna come true. Yo, I just been around Europe, London plus New York. They're the places I dreamed up, dreamed up, dreamed up. I just wanna go everywhere and travel the world. Like I just been around Europe, London plus New York. I just been around Europe, London plus New York. They're the places I dreamed up, dreamed up, dreamed up. I just wanna go everywhere and travel the world. Like I just been around Europe, London plus New York.
There it is, K-Trix, wicked little video and track there. I can't fault you, mate. Nice one. So K-Trix is here with me. He's magically appeared where Jamie once was, but it's all good. So K-Trix, tell me. So I've heard that you have to kind of travel outside of Wales to kind of get grime lessons to enable you to be able to do what you do to create and make your work. How important is it for you? Do you think that, you know, kind of education, Welsh education should be kind of teaching, you know, hip hop skills and the like in order for you to be able to do what you want to do?
Yeah, I feel like it needs to happen more like locally, like because obviously people have to travel like to do these sort of things like grime sort of like lessons to be able to learn grime. But it'd be good if like people who are local, like supporting that local talent, like supporting my local talent, supporting everyone else's local talent, for it to become local. So that way people don't have to travel, because obviously some people's needs, they can't travel. Yeah. And for it to be local would be a really good thing. So that's what I think about it.
So you're obviously really dedicated to doing it. If you're going to do that, if you're going to make that mission and travel in order just to kind of brush up on your skills. So, you know, you must be really dedicated. It must mean a lot to you to be able to learn that.
Yeah, it means a lot, like to be able to learn grime, to be able to learn hip hop, and to be able to like have this, like learn different skills, like, but obviously like it would be good for it to come local. Yeah. And like,
so you didn't have to do the travel.
No, you didn't have to do the travel. I mean, traveling is really good, but like for like other people as well, it would be really good for it.
You could still be dedicated, just get there quicker as well.
Exactly.
But like you say, it'd be handy for other people as well. So I mean, you can't make that mission. Tell me a bit about your music as well. So we got the one track that we just caught there. Have you done any other tracks? Or is that
well, that's the one that's like done pretty much. Yeah. I'm gonna like promote it soon because I'm making my album. That's gonna be out like in some time. I can't say when because I don't know yet. So, but there's gonna be an album, and like I'm like album of 14 songs, and it's all gonna be like sweet and like it means a lot.
Wicked. What's your vibe with your music? What do you know? Is there anything you're trying to say, or you know, where's it coming from?
Well, for me, well, obviously, in terms of like the skills I learned from my my dad,
Yeah.
because he produces music himself.
Nice.
Sharon, give him a shout out to him.
You have to, man.
You have to.
Don't forget the dads out there who are working hard to raise the next generation too.
Yeah, my mum's like promoting me. Like I'm
Nice.
getting like everyone's promoting me to like get there, and like music means a lot to me because it's like with dancing as well. Like with music, like the number one thing is my number one way of expressing myself.
We're now heading to the amazing RCT legend that is Tea and Two Sugars. During lockdown, his work has been inspirational in uplifting people's spirits and doing the most amazing graffiti you've ever seen. From dragons and robins to NHS workers, he's really been an inspiration to keep people's hopes up during these times. Check him out.
What is happening, people? Welcome back to another video. So today is Mental Health Day, and I'm doing a painting with Avant Cymru and Mind Mental Health charity. So the painting I'm going to do is of a funny face. So I'm just going to try and bring as much joy to this painting as I can. So I put a post out on my social media asking anyone and everyone to send me their funny selfie. So it's a funny face or something like this. You know, so it's something that's gonna make people smile when they're going past the painting and then react to it, really. I'm gonna build the wall. I still gotta get it undercoated. So in the meantime, the post is out and it's getting a lot. I had already quite a few submissions and everything. So I'm gonna build the wall in the meantime. And by the time I'm hopefully finished building the wall and painting it, we've got enough entries, and then we're gonna pick one at random, and hopefully it's a funny one. And we're gonna get that painted up on the wall today. So let's go build the wall first, get it coated with some paint, and then we're gonna come back and pick a random selfie out. So let's go. So we've had quite a few entries for the submission for the funny face artwork board, and I've got everyone's pictures put into my computer now. We got about 52 entries altogether, and I put everyone's number in a bowl, and I'm just going to draw one out. So the one we've got is number 23. So number 23 is, where's the number 23? There we are, look. So this is the one that is come out, and I'm pretty sure from all the names that we've seen, this was Nicola Jones, and her daughter's funny face has come out, and she's the one that we're going to be painting up on the wall. So I'm just going to get cracking, and this is the result. So with the image on my phone, I'm going to go out now and mark it out. It's pretty windy out. It's not a very nice day. It's pretty cloudy, pretty windy, and raining every now and again. But I'm going to do my best, get this up, and I'm really looking forward to doing this painting now. And yeah, just wish me luck that we can get it done, and hopefully it turns out as good as I want it to be. But outside I can't do much filming because it's just too windy and it's just not going to hear anything, so I'm just going to keep coming back in here if I need to talk to you guys. But yeah, hope you enjoyed this painting, and hope it just makes you smile.
Cheers, man.
So I've got the painting all done now, and I just want to talk to you guys about mental health and things like that, because it's Mental Health Day. You know, putting out content and that isn't the easiest thing in the world. I love doing it, but you know, a lot of people are quite scared of doing it. But I feel like if you're a bit anxious on putting stuff out on social media, or doing even things like this in public and things like that, just do it like step by step. Now, I'm quite comfortable at the moment at doing quite big pieces like this in public spaces and things, but I wasn't always like this. You know, you're quite embarrassed at first of your artwork, and is it good enough? Am I good enough? Am I good enough to talk to camera and things like that for like doing what I do, YouTube and paintings and everything? But the more you do it, the more you feel comfortable with it. And even if you can't do it like a day job like what I'm doing, I paint near enough every day, and I love doing it. If you can't get what you love to be a day job, just do it on the weekends. Look forward to the weekends and do that instead, and you'll feel 100 times happier, because you've got something to look forward to. And you know, hopefully by the weekend comes, you can start to enjoy what you love doing. And if you can turn it into a job like I have done, you know, it's the best feeling in the world. I love getting up in the morning and going to work. You know, I paint anything and everything, and I'm just glad that you guys have supported me and shared all my stuff and everything, and I'm really happy that I'm doing what I'm doing. So if you guys are suffering with mental health and things like that, make sure you just reach out. There's always someone to speak to. I'm free all the time. You know, if you want to drop me a comment down below or even direct message me, I'm always free to talk, and hopefully that we can help each other out. But yeah, if you guys like my type of stuff and want to see more, like and subscribe. I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.
Never alone, guided by ancient codes, learning to breathe deeply enough to hate the cold. I got so sick of the stale smoke and laughing at the same jokes. I couldn't cope, so I stayed home and wrote until my brain broke. I chose to let go of some emotional baggage. I take life for what it is and build the fix and the damage. The less you possess, the less you have to manage when you die. Those assets taking a bit through that passage in your time. Anxiety loves a rush. Chill, there's another one coming if you miss the first. Trust your guts. Have faith in your feelings. Healing takes patience and facing your inner demons. Take a little piece of weird, make it feel like normal. Do it for a while, then life becomes awful, thoughtful. So my thoughts do forget themselves. If you fall through a portal, don't you ever come back and tell. Alien brain, the kind of strange that won't be tamed, no the change. So please take me the way I came arranged. Where to place the guilt and blame. You were never wrong. I still support the dead friends like they were never gone. Hear you in every song, life short, heaven's long. I'm sorry for whatever you want. Now please can't we just get along? I was never meant for your realm. Weirdly warlock, turning visions into spells. Don't waste your youth like the young do. Don't let go of the dream, cause some of them do come true. What's done you can't undo. When it comes to the crunch, when you run or when you come through, those men you be dishing out don't taste so good, do they? I'm busy today, so I guess I'll see you next Tuesday. I guess I'll see you next Tuesday. I'm busy today, so I guess I'll see you next Tuesday. Knitted mind, sit and listen to the lizard's lie. Can't figure why you try and hide the light from a wizard's eyes. I sit and cry rivers as the time seems to flitter by. Interpretations differ, so who's walking that's in a line triggered? Why it seems to slip my mind. I got shivers watching that man in the mirror die. I thought you were the clever kind. I thought you would have seen between the lines, but never mind. Now's the time. Open your eyes and be forever blind. The truth is ours. Only we decide where hell resides. I see green in those people's eyes. Why would I care what you're saying when I can read the vibe? Words do what I want them to. I misconstrue the truth sometimes too, like you so often do. Something to fathom on. I think you read the patterns wrong. Dwell in your yes the world if that's what keeps you hanging on. Something to fathom on. I think you read the patterns wrong. Now there's nobody behind that door. You keep on banging on. I suppose we all just want recognition. Who doesn't get fed up with the same old repetition? I know you're struggling right now, but tell me who isn't. Making sense of a premonition is a serious mission. Gifted with wisdom, vision blurred by ambition. Use another bullet for your ammunition. Once you understand the workings, you can learn many things. Capable of so much, but don't believe we are everything. Anything is possible. Give thanks for the obstacles. Don't assume something's wrong just because it don't seem logical. Often lost. Like the gods for the polka dots. You're always better off when life is just like it never was. Just like it never was. You're always better off when life is just like it never was.
Yeah, Jamie. So yeah, Jamie P in the house doing this thing there. What was the track called, brother?
Just like it never was.
Just like it never was. Lovely. I was just saying, like, there was loads in that track, right? Line after line after line. It was just full of wisdom, full of lyrics. Give us some of the main takeaways. Now, what's some of the main themes or the main things you want people to get out of that tune?
Well, it's kind of my way of surviving. I've had like a really rough year. I started off like homeless this time last year, and I've been going through a lot of drama, and it's just kind of my way of spilling it all out of myself. I don't even know what I'm saying until I like listen back a lot of the time.
And then you realise
yeah, it's
stuff
almost
from
like
inside you's coming
yeah,
out.
it's almost like spillage. I mean, I've
Wow.
just finished an album now called Alien Brain. I'll be dropping within the next month, man, and it's
Wicked.
full of like tracks with a lot of lyrics in them, and just processing the last year, I think.
So how important is it for you, you know, similar kind of vibe we've been asking people today about how hip hop, you know, has helped you with your mental health in any kind of way?
Well, I've been doing this for around 15 years now, and it definitely helps, man. I'm a lot better person now. Now I've found a way to get everything out of me. I'm a lot more at peace with myself because I got somewhere to channel it and somewhere to put it all and discard it almost. And once I've made the track or made a few tracks onto an album, it's gone from my system almost.
Okay. So it's always like a form of therapy.
Yeah,
for
it's
you,
kind
is
of
it?
emptying things out. Like, yeah.
Cool. And how do people receive it? So when you perform or when people listen to the tracks you recorded, you know, what are they kind of picking up on the deepness and what
Yeah,
you're sharing?
man, definitely. I think most people do, yeah, man. And some people just kind of look at me like they don't know what I'm saying at all.
Yeah.
So it's a bit of that. Yeah.
But that's all right because it's
all
you know.
good, man.
You know, not everybody's on the same
that's
level, same wavelength. No, it's wicked stuff. I tell you what, brother, thank you for sharing, man. I'm blessed, Joe.
you're
And I tell you, I'm going to be looking out for your album.
Brilliant, thank you very much.
Nice one.
Now, we have a short intro video from Jamie on a piece he is creating with Avant. Based on his own mental health, Dark Thoughts asks the audience, how do you add your colour? And it will be a live show in 2021, so we look forward to that. Let's hear from Jamie more about Dark Thoughts.
Hi, I'm Jamie Berry, aka B-Boy Flexton. I'm a breaking teacher. I'm Wales Creative Tutor of the Year. I've been shortlisted by One Dance UK for my work in mental health with dance. I've been breaking for 12 years now. When I started breaking, I couldn't even get into a dance studio because nowhere would give us the space. So we used to break outside of a club in Swindon on the concrete because that was the only place we had. And I've progressed from there to going and touring professionally. I trained at the first urban dance course in the UK, and been involved with circus, every type of dance form you can think of, and keep trying to progress and push and give opportunities for the next generation and give them an education and a path into hip hop. I have a condition called dyspraxia, so it affects the nerves in my body, so it affects my speech, it affects my hand-eye coordination, it affects everything to do with it, the way I think, all sorts. It has a huge spectrum of ways it affects people, but people with dyspraxia have a 50% chance of having depression and a 50% chance of ADHD. I have won the lottery and got all of them, but dyspraxia has some pretty interesting side effects as it changes the way you think or you go into a situation. So it's actually my superpower. It's what helps me think about a situation differently from other people to get different results. I tried to take my own life. I was 11 when I was about 20, 21. I lost control of it, and that's when I went and tried medication, and it didn't really work. The only thing which helped me was breaking, and that was the thing which helped me get through it. So when I started breaking when I was 16, it was my way of expressing myself. When I got to the age of 20, I had an ankle injury, so I couldn't break anymore, so I couldn't express myself how I wanted to. So it took away my power of self-expression. And then when I slowly started the medication, I was on it for 6 months to a year, and it made me worse. I couldn't control my emotions, I couldn't do anything. So I went back to the doctor and went, this isn't working for me, I need to take myself off them. And since then I've been using breaking as my medication, and it's medicated me and helped me get better and improve my mental well-being, but as well as improve my fitness and overall happiness and state of mind. So Dark Thoughts has been on a bit of a journey since the start of it. So it started off when I was in a company working on a solo, and that I was based that on addiction. From there, I had some things happen in my life where I trusted someone and I wanted to make sure that they didn't have the power, so I ended up speaking about more things that had gone on in my life, and from there the relief I had from doing that piece is what made me feel like more people should speak and give people the opportunity to be able to voice what's going on in their head without any judgment. And that's really what I wanted Dark Thoughts to be, is a kind of story of telling people how they go through their journeys and how they find their way of healing and expressing, but also giving other people the opportunity to express in a safe place where we can have people like the local mental health charities and people who are working for a positive change, that actually we can encourage them to talk about what's going on, and they don't have to worry about the stigma that is attached to mental health. They are allowed to speak about it, and everyone should be able to speak freely about what's going on with them and how they feel in a non-judgmental way, and be able to come to terms with it's okay to feel that way, but how do I keep moving forwards? How can I progress? How can I find my way of healing?
That's Jamie right there, B-Boy Flexton, talking about Dark Thoughts. Next up, got to give it up for a good friend of mine, Master of Sound, and also the organiser of the Welsh Beatbox Championships. Give it up for Beatbox Han.
Hey, what's up, everyone? My name is Matthew Han, aka Beatbox Han. Big shout out to Rachel and Jamie for doing this Hip Hop for Better mental health evening, and a massive shout out to Dregs too. So, My input into the Welsh hip hop scene is through beatboxing. So a bit of background on myself first. I started beatboxing about 16 years ago. Didn't really take it serious for the first few years. Just beatboxing in and around the house, work and wherever really, just at gigs, being back in for MCs and singers. And then as the years got on, I started to develop new skills and just learn new routines and sounds to the point of where I went to an open mic night. And then it just escalated from there onwards, eventually getting gigs in and around Cardiff. And I noticed in England there was this big beatbox scene, and a little bit in Ireland as well, not massively in Scotland, but it was there. And I wanted to create something in Wales. I was aware of talented beatboxers being around the place. We had Beat Technique, Fozzy, JPEG, Chubbs, Mr. Formula. So there was loads of people about the place doing their own thing, but we weren't connected as a Welsh scene. So I just took it upon myself to just comb the internet, look on forums. I think humanbeatbox.com would have been the forum I was looking at. Just on Facebook, and just trying to find all the beatboxers that were living in Wales, not necessarily Welsh beatboxers, but just people who were close enough. So I found about 11 people, I think. This might have been in 2013-14. So I'd got everyone together on a group chat and was like, guys, let's meet up and have a jam. Let's, hear each other's different styles and get to know each other and build a scene. So that happened. We rented a little rehearsal space in Cardiff, and that was the birth of this Welsh beatbox scene. I say this because during the 80s there would have bound to been beatboxers knocking about the place in Cardiff and stuff. 4D's the one to ask about that. But for this current beatbox scene, that jam was very crucial and was basically the seed for this beatbox tree that's grown ever since. And then from that I did the official Welsh Beatbox Championships, in which the winners qualified for the World Championships. So I was quite proud to help put Wales on the map on a world level. After the Welsh Champs, we did an event, me and Dregs, shout out to Dregs again, doing the Cardiff Beatbox Battles, which was a massive success. We had about 42 entries. We had a beatbox legend, Reeps One Down, to judge as well as do a showcase. And the scene just kept bubbling from there onwards. And in regards to hip hop and mental health, I think is very crucial just to have that expression outlet to help you just regulate your mood, and you can beatbox just to let whatever's inside of you out. Like some beatboxers have this very dark style which you can just tell that is just a release for them, and then some others are very happy and more cheerful. And it's good for your mental health to express yourself and to get on stage as well, to give you more confidence and make these beatboxers, particularly the younger ones as well, which they don't realize how good they are, just letting them realize how good they are, that they do have an avenue to express themselves through hip-hop or through beatboxing. And I guess music in general just is a good mood regulator, and when you're down you can put on a track that you like, and it lifts your mood up. So music, hip-hop, beatboxing, all that, good for mental health. And I'll just do a little freestyle before I wrap this up. So big shout out to Jamie and Rachel again, and massive shout out to Dregs.
Let's go.
Peace.
Thank you, everyone, for joining us tonight.
Hip hop culture is growing. More and more opportunities are taking place. Check out the hip hop map on Avant's website. Artists sign up to the map. Let's shout about what opportunities are out there.
I got to say, tonight has been off the hook. It's been wicked just seeing the new generation coming through and doing their thing. All of the MCs, everybody who got involved, all the people behind the scenes. So I got to give it up to the crew right here in Cardiff, everyone who represented, all our fellas up in North Wales, our brothers up there as well, the crew right there in London doing your thing as well. Everybody who got involved, just big up, been a wicked night, blessed to be a part of it. And I got to also give it up for my two beautiful co-hosts, you know how it is, B-Boy Flex and the Sun in the house.
Thank you, man. Like, we hope to see you all soon. For Dark Thoughts, follow Avant Cymru to find out more. We're also planning a jam in Treherbert at the bottom of the mountain in 2021. We want your ideas, so please get in touch. It's going to be a dope event.
And remember, peace, unity, love, and hip hop.
Fun!
Whoop, whoop.
How we do that bit they do in the news when you go like this with your papers at the end.
Just like generally chatting like everyone like